tip here. Not sure if many of you guys are familiar with these big old cast iron things, but this is how you're gonna wash it, because we just made some delicious turkey meat in there. And tip number 1, don't use a sponge. No, don't use a sponge. You want any of these little tools here. We got this lovely scraper thing, Target. It was like, what, $5? And then we got the Lodge kit, part of a gift, and this scraper too. These are softer bristles, which I might use on this. I might use the other one, depends on my mood. You got something grilled on there real good, like you did chicken, and you had skin that was stuck on there, you're gonna use this scraper to scrape her off. So no to the sponge, and just water, and this is it. Using of cast iron, it's gonna get better with age, because all of the greases and oils, they're gonna like kind of seep in there and make it better, and I don't know, last longer than even you. It's gonna outlast you. And cooking meat in it, like burgers or steaks, it's gonna have more of a restaurant quality if you want that, which I don't know why you wouldn't. It's gonna have a good sear and keep your juices in, and you can do some really cool stuff with this, because not only you're gonna make your burgers and chicken or whatever in there, baking it. I've done giant cookies in here, and my favorite thing to do is a quiche. That's got soy chorizo, believe it or not, he eats it, with spinach and onions and peppers, and that is one of the most delightful things to eat. It's got nice kick, and it's definitely different to be making in your cast iron. You're cooking it on top of the stove, and then you're gonna stick it right into the oven. And it's just one-stop shopping for your baking, cooking needs. So you're gonna just dry this with paper towel. Might need a few depending on the amount of water that you had left over. And you want to try to dry it into the crevices too, because all of this is going to rust eventually. But the way that we mitigate it will be to grease it with some oil. And this looks like it needs a little TLC from a couple nights ago. Alright, so.
Yeah, remember, no soap, people.
No soap. See, that was literally just H2Os. Science in action with scraping. So move that out of the way. And then you can use any oil. We do have this lovely spray thing, but you can just use regular canola oil or grapeseed oil, whatever you got. Some people recommend avocado oil. Spritz on there, and just spread that out. Try to get in the handle and stuff. And if you want to be real fancy, you don't have to do this every single time, but you know, often enough, because it does get used. This gets used sometimes 3 times a day, because you want to do your omelets in it, you want to do your burgers in it, you want to do your cake in it. I haven't done a cake in it yet. I'll find that. But you want to do whatever you can, and whoa, that was it. What is that, 5 minutes on the clock?
4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes. Holy smokes, that's easier than sticking something into the dishwasher. That's easier than trying to scrape away to a Teflon pan. Like, you saw how easy it was to cook in it, and it didn't burn to the bottom. Of course it could have, but it didn't in this case. And then to clean it up was like 4.5 minutes. That's, all right, that's time to go to bed. So yeah, that was my pro tip.